Okay, it's round number two with Mia Tuman, Ohio State setter. And Mia, thank you for being here. Thank you for being flexible. Nobody has to know what we kind of just went through. We were in the weeds with for a minute here. That's outrageous. But uh, listen, there was a moment where, and I know we got to speed through this one a little bit, so I'll be careful here. But there was a
Okay.
moment where Michigan State was playing Ohio State in volleyball in East Lansing just recently, and
Yeah.
a horn malfunction gave way to some craziness. But I wanted to know, Mia, is what did you see from your perspective? What happened there?
Yeah, I kind of blacked out. I think during that it was just all very chaotic.
Yeah,
Couldn't hear anything, couldn't really think because it was so loud. Everyone was covering their ears or leaving the gym. No one really know what to do except just wait it out until they figured out how to fix it.
for sure. Well, and what was funny for me is, as you know, I was on the Big Ten broadcast that day. I remember looking up
Mhm.
into the rafters, going, "There's a guy freaking in the top of Breslin Center trying to cut the line." Like, that's
Right.
had never seen anything like that. My
Yeah.
favorite was the limbo line. I think Evie, one of our middles, like took a dive during that limbo line, kind of fell backwards. It was crazy, but this is
Yeah.
important though because what it did was it gave you a reason to cut the broadcast up, post a TikTok, and the TikTok went viral. The whole thing is kind of a joke, but what
Right.
what led to you doing that, and what was your kind of reaction when it went crazy? I mean, it had 300,000 views like overnight.
Yeah. I think I kind of knew like it would do very well on TikTok. I just thought it was so like random and funny. Like that just doesn't happen in
Yeah,
like sports. Like the horn just doesn't malfunction. So yeah, there was just so many funny clips of both sides of the net. And you guys, the announcers, like during that match that I just thought, why not put it on TikTok?
oh my gosh, Charlie's my guy. Charlie's my guy. We had the
Yeah.
A team out there for that one. That was outrageous. But Mia, thank you for first off filling everyone in because you and I am led to believe probably wouldn't have connected if that whole situation didn't occur. Which
Right.
I texted you and said it's like hard to even imagine that this is how the Lord is putting us together to do a show, is through
Right.
something like a horn malfunction. But that's
Yeah.
important though, because you're somebody who I've wanted to talk to for as long as I've known that I would be a part of volleyball this year at Michigan State.
Hmm.
At Ohio State, there's been something happening that's really special. I'm hesitant to call it a revival, but it certainly has been, the Lord has been moving. Like, he is good. He's been shown through. His light is absolutely shining in Columbus. Talk me through a little bit of what you've been seeing with athletics and Ohio State and faith.
Yeah. I think I just really seen it just come alive. It's been really special. I think just the amount of following that a lot of these football players have, they're on such a big platform. And for them to choose to use that platform to share their faith and their testimony and to just try to bring people closer to God has just been like so inspiring, so amazing. I think it's really encouraged other athletes to do the same. And I think there can be a lot of hesitation, like with a big following, like to get some kickback against with people who maybe don't agree with you. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're there to share their faith and they probably are just inspiring tons of people to believe or just start thinking about Jesus.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I think it's so important what you said because it's about that spark, right? It's about that
Right.
moment that can lead to a process of building and growing. Talking about
Hmm.
that process, this volleyball is a long season, right? It's a long year. There are ups and
Right.
downs, there are things that happen. What is something, before we head out here, Mia, that you've been learning, that you've been walking through with your team this season?
Yeah. I think just staying patient and not letting your highs and lows, your emotions, like having only good days when volleyball is good. I think it's really easy to, when volleyball is good and you're winning, then you're in a great mood and you're happy. And I think just putting more trust in the Lord and letting Him be your source of joy and not your sport. And I think that's been a challenge for me in the past, and it's something that I'm still working on. But just letting my joy come from Him, playing for Him only, and no one else.
Mm, yes, that's really good. That's really good because I get the sense, and it's been cool at Michigan State, kind of working through some of the different sports and seeing how others approach their performance. What is that? Has there been a moment for you when you kind of like saw something that was happening on the court, you were unhappy, or you were at a point where you said, I need to change. I need to be more submissive. I need to give more of me over to him to kind of deal with some of these frustrations.
Yeah, I think in volleyball that happens a lot, and it happens a lot more than people might think. Like you have to move on so fast, and it's a game of mistakes, and you can't let a mistake carry on because it's going to affect every point moving forward. So I think I'm constantly like, how can I move on? And just when I'm feeling those negative thoughts in my head, that negative self-talk about maybe I'm not performing at my best, how can I give to other people? And how can I, lead in a godly way is kind of my reminder for myself.
Oh my goodness. There it is. Seriously, man. That's about all the time we got. But I wanted to tell you, thank you for making this happen. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
that we were able to connect and excited to, keep watching and seeing how things are going in the future. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Undoubtedly. Thank you so much. That's been another episode of The Rec Room with Brian Rector from East Lansing, Michigan. And today, looking at an interregional conference rivalry, Michigan State and Ohio State. Folks, this should be evidence that we're all working for the same purpose here. Thank you.